After the March 2023 update, I could not start City Skylines. I had tried to prepare for it, but when I launched the game, it went to the very first screen and then boop, gone. Out of my task list, unfindable, it didn't load at all. That's a major crash. First thing I did is I started Load Order Tool. I went through all the mods that I had. The ones that were okay, I left them as okay, but I had about 15 that said out of date, including Load Order Tool. I went and clicked on the links that are listed here, and it took me to the web page for that mod. I then went to the green button that says subscribed, and I clicked on it to where it made me unsubscribe. Then after having unsubscribed, I clicked on it again and subscribed. That force updated the code with a new version. We've seen this in the last several updates where mods are not automatically updating after the City Skylines code changes. So a manual unsubscribe and resubscribe is necessary to get it to load. But once I did that, I went back into Load Order Tool and did a file reload mods and assets, and they all came up good. I then did order, reset order, recommended, save my settings, and launch the game. That got me into the game proper where I had the main menu with the load game, new game, content manager, etc. But I had a number of errors, including for network multi-tool and node controller and advanced stop selection. Well, all three of these are made by Max Sergey. I went to those pages and like here I saw in the comments section, and that's where you go to the comments from the author saying the mod will still work, and other people saying yes, it does work, just click through the errors, he's going to get an updated version soon. Now I see in these that there is an updated version, lots of thanks. That's the right way to do it. Don't complain. If it's not working, just say a quick note, it's not working. If 5 or more people have said it's not working, no need to add yours. It's a known issue at that point after 5 or more. Don't complain. Don't get after the author. That is not the City Skyline way. We are better than that. The City Skylines way is to be polite, to give thanks where thanks is needed, and if 5 people have already reported a problem, don't be number 6. The author is aware of it. If the mod is something where we look at this updated, we see March 22nd, that's very recent. If the last update was a year or more ago, or even a few months ago, and there's no response in the comments from the author, the mod may have been abandoned and it may be time to unsubscribe from it. Hopefully there's one with a function that's similar to it, and that's something you can find in the compatibility report. Like I said, after I got the game to load, I had some problems. Some of them were with the Max Sergey mods. Other mods also reported errors. So that made me say, all right, instead of loading the game, I'm going to fire up compatibility report and take a look at mods that could or should be unsubscribed. Mods, I had major issues in between this unsubscribe and minor issues, and the mods that had major issues were ones where the old mod was deprecated and there was a new version of it. An example of that was the barges mod. How do we know the difference? Well, if the author takes time to put deprecated or broken in the title, and there's a big banner that says this item is incompatible with City Skylines, well kids, it's incompatible. Unsubscribe from it and use the other version that's linked to it. They're not going to deprecate it without saying that there's another version available. When I clicked on the link for that, happy days. No problem with it, and it has this hubs and transport checkbox. If the mod you're looking at does not yet have this, give the mod author some time if they're being responsive. If the mod author is not responsive, then it may not get updated and you may have to consider saying goodbye to that particular mod. No matter how much you may have loved it, you may have to close that chapter. Run the load order tool to find mods you may have to manually unsubscribe and resubscribe to force the update. Once you get it running, go to your compatibility report, look for mods that say either unsubscribe or have major issues, resolve those, get the new version of the mod, or get rid of mods that are broken, or get rid of mods that now have their function taken over by another mod. My No Fires mod, yeah, well, that's already controlled by Game Anarchy. I had to unsubscribe from it because It was no longer needed. But once you take care of all those, then you're able to load your game. And my game did load just fine. I was missing one asset, and that's because the author decided to yank it off the workshop. That happens. Everything else loaded fine. The game ran. I was happy with it. Load order tool plus compatibility report and a little bit of work on your part can get it to where your game loads and plays just fine. I hope this helps. I hope this gives you ideas so you can take control of your situation and get back to playing City Skylines the way you like it.